Hey everyone, Kevin here with a breaking news update regarding a potential drug to treat COVID-19, aka the illness caused by the coronavirus. Gilead is currently in phase 3 trials on a drug that has already proven successful results in lab test trials. Well, now they're doing human trials at the University of Chicago, and things are looking good. The reason I'm making this video is because I want to talk to you about the prospects for potentially investing in Gilead. Should you invest in a company like Gilead? But beyond that, is now the time? Is this an indicator that you should be jumping into the market? Is now the time to pull the trigger on real estate? What about stocks? What's going on out there? Well, I'll give you my opinions on those, but let me give you a quick rundown as to what's going on with this drug, because this is the holy grail that markets have been waiting for. Let's go into this. This is breaking news as of late in the day on April 16th, 2020. This is brought to us by Stat, a medical news journal that's put together by the Boston Globe. Thank you so much, Adam and Matthew, for the article. The article indicates that the drug Remdesivir, which is one of the first medicines identified as having potential to impact this illness in lab tests, is now showing positive results in the actual hospital. Right now, the University of Chicago has recruited 125 people with the disease and has them placed into 2 phase 3 clinical trials. Of those people, it said 113 had severe disease, which, keep in mind, when people go to the hospital, they're part of like that 10% of the population that's at super high risk of not making it. Like we say, oh, there's only a 2% chance of you not making it, or 3% or whatever. No. This is like taking that 2% and only targeting that 2%. And so of that 2%, only 2 have passed away after being treated with this drug. Now, I know this is only a trial of about 125 people, but still, if only less than 2% of people are passing away of the 10% high risk that are ending up in the hospital, this is really a good sign for the marketplace. Now, just a heads up, a lot of this information is still anecdotal. It's coming from staff members at the University of Chicago. It's coming from recorded meetings that are happening on sort of updates on this case. So a lot of this is not official yet, so be careful trading on news like this. But right now, what they're seeing is people are coming off ventilators a day after starting therapy. Also, based on this quote, they're actually seeing people with very severe cases be treated within as early as 6 days. Completely treated, where they're walking out of the hospital. She added, most of our patients are severe and most of them are leaving at 6 days. That's really, really good. Another quote here, the severely hit patients are at such high risk of fatality. So if it's true that many of the 113 patients were in this category and were discharged, it's another positive signal that the drug has efficacy. Yeah, no kidding. This is very, very good. Now, keep in mind, a lot of this is anecdotal from staff members, and there's some more information. I'm going to read you an example here from a factory worker, but it's anecdotal, not scientifically released data yet. There isn't even a control going on. All we know is kind of what's happening in the world everywhere else and what's happening here at the University of Chicago. Here's a quote from a 57-year-old factory worker west of Chicago who was a participant in the study. One of his daughters started feeling ill in late March and was later diagnosed with mild COVID-19. He, by contrast, came down with a high fever and reported shortness of breath and severe pain in his back. It was like somebody was punching me in my lungs. At his wife's urging, he went to the hospital. After his fever spiked to 104 and he was struggling to breathe, he was given supplemental oxygen. And after his first infusion of the drug, he started to feel better and his fever dropped almost immediately. Again, anecdotal, we'll see. Let's look at what the stock is doing now, and let's talk about what implications this article is going to have on the market, the broader market. Should you be investing now? Is now the time to buy? Obviously, this is great news initially. I encourage you to also go check out the article yourself. I will link it down below. I don't want to just sit here and read you a whole article, so hopefully you don't mind me just reading a couple quotes from that. Great article, great reporting, great job. Let's now talk about the impacts here. All right, first things first, let's look at the stock market's reaction over this. So far, Gilead Gilead is up over 11.5%. It closed at $76 and it's currently trading in after hours for about $85, which, by the way, this is the Webull platform. If I wanted to buy it right now, I could actually buy this after hours, but I'm not going to, and I'm going to explain why in just a moment. Dave & Buster's up almost 9%. Boeing, by the way, up 6.5% as they indicated they're going to resume production as soon as April 20th. Carnival up almost 8% here in after hours. Redfin, Wynn Resorts, Uber, Simon Property Group, Marriott, Disney, all leading the way up so far. On the flip side, stocks that had big gains during the day, like Amazon and Netflix and Costco, are all trading in the negative territory after hours, as potentially these hopes of a drug to help cure this issue and reduce fatalities is looking more and more real. Now, call me clueless, but this does say this is an antiviral medicine, Remdesivir. Now, that to me sounds different from a vaccine. It sounds like if you get sick, you go to the hospital, you get this, and it gets you out of there alive most of the time, which is very, very good. That's what we need. We need that kind of confidence in our economy. To me, I kind of think of it like if I get bitten by a deadly snake or deadly spider, I'm not going to be immune to it, but at least I feel like I could go to a hospital or I could get flown and airlifted to a hospital and I'm going to survive. That's the confidence the markets need right now. So what are the impacts? Should we trade this news? Do we sell this news? What do we do? Let me just be upfront here. I personally do not like pharmacy stocks. I believe they can be very highly speculative. We could speculate that, you know what, this is it, this is the winner, and next week the results could come back and say, you know what, it happened because we were using the Tesla ventilators, and then Tesla's gonna go to 1,000, okay? I don't know, okay? So in terms of pharma, my recommendation, and at least what I'm doing, is I'm staying away from it, but what I will do is trade the rest of the market. If you are in Gilead, I wouldn't necessarily see a reason to sell it. I'd like buying and holding, but what I would do right now is start looking at stocks that are getting hit substantially or have been hit substantially over the last few days. It clearly looks like that's exactly what the market's been doing. Even AMC, the movie theater chain that's basically on the verge of bankruptcy, is up 6.5% right now at $2.60. That could be a potential play. Obviously, the cruise lines. It'd be very interesting if a drug like this could be had on cruise line infirmaries, to where if somebody actually got sick, all right, sorry, your cruise is over, bro, but at least you're not gonna die and we don't have to park the ship to get you off. So this is very good news. Gilead now up over 14% at the time of this recording. I should have bought it when it was up 7% now. Now I'm FOMOing, but don't do that. See, I'm catching myself. No. Now, obviously, this is great news for stocks. This is great news for Gilead. What about real estate? Y'all know I'm a big time real estate investor, real estate broker. I teach you how to buy real estate below market value in my programs, linked below, right next to that link to get your 2 free stocks with Webull when you deposit $100. You get 2 free stocks up to $1,400. But anyway, what are the impacts here to real estate? Well, obviously, we have been starting to see real estate slipping and sliding downwards very slowly. Real estate has not been as reactive to the stock market, mainly because mortgage interest rates have plummeted so far because of all of the fears surrounding the drama that's happening, that real estate prices have been relatively cushioned. We started seeing declines at the first and second week of April of somewhere between 1% to 2% in the most hard-hit areas, and some of the less hard-hit areas were not seeing any declines yet. Some were still seeing gains. Now, I personally expect if this continues, real estate prices will decline somewhere between 4% to 8% by August, and they'll continue to slowly decline until our economy reopens. Now, Freddie Mac, one of the conventional mortgage sisters, the big company we all learned about in 2008, Freddie Mac believes that real estate prices will actually increase 0.4% this year. They believe that most of the damage of this outbreak will be contained to the first half of the year, and I can tell you, this news might make that absolutely true. Real estate might come out of this very flat, very strong, so there might be a short-term opportunity to pick up some deals over the next couple months, but for right now, this news is going to have a massive impact on the hardest hit stocks. Again, think the airlines, think about the cruise lines, think about even the entertainment sectors outside, malls, Dave & Buster's, resorts, Vegas, restaurants, Cheesecake Factory. My gosh, Cheesecake Factory right now up 6%. 6%. All of these have been hit pretty hard in the last few days. So folks, take this news, do what you want with it. Don't sue me, bro, if you lose money, but this is incredible news. Good luck, stay safe, subscribe to the channel, and you know what? Maybe you don't need that free quote for life insurance anymore after all, although if you did still want it, link down below, you'll get it within 5 minutes. Make you feel better. I got it. Thanks everybody, we'll see you next time.